I'm gonna be right there in front of him like I always do. You know, I'm gonna make him miss, I make him pay, and I'm gonna fight my fight. So I feel like that was.
It's a different type. Like, you can be riding that wave. You've been getting all these knockouts of all these other different guys, but you've never been in the ring with an animal like Crawford. And when you get in there for the first time and you get hit upside your head and you see that you can't do the stuff that you usually do against the guys that you fought, you know, at the lower level, bro.
Joe Rogan reacted with a massive what to the revelation that Terence Crawford would face Jaron Ennis, expressing real surprise. He hadn't expected that, especially because both fighters had previously denied the notion of facing each other. He went on, "Given the styles they both bring in the ring, it would be something remarkable to see them fighting against each other." After defeating Wisma Lima in emphatic fashion, every boxing fan wondered who Jaron Ennis would face next. Virgil Ortiz initially challenged Ennis after his first-round knockout victory over Lima, setting up what appeared to be a thrilling clash. However, things have now taken an unexpected turn. Despite previously dismissing a fight with him, Terence Crawford has now come forward and expressed his willingness to meet Boots Ennis, focusing the boxing world's attention on a prospective battle between two elite boxers.
Always going root for Boots. Boots is from Philly. Terence Crawford is a specialist. Boots is a specialist. It'll be a great fight. Terence is my guy, man. I love you.
Before we get into how Joe Rogan has reacted to the announcement of this massive fight, let's first hear what other big personalities have said about it. First and foremost, Jermall Charlo, who had been waiting for his chance to fight Terence and assumed it would be possible after settling things with Canelo, responded strongly to the news that Crawford could face Jaron Ennis. Charlo said that he, not Boots, should face Crawford next. He emphasized that, given everything he has accomplished in boxing, he deserves to battle great names to further his reputation in the sport. Charlo clearly asserted that Crawford should fight him next rather than Ennis.
I smoke. I want smoke with Crawford. I want all the smoke. Give me the best shit. I'm in shape. I train. My lifestyle is on the move. Everything is great. So why the f I want the best, man? What y'all talking about, dog? I don't got time to be playing with none of these people with these promotionals and all of these shits. I'm with the old school boxing. I'm following all of the Muhammad Ali act and all that shit. I mean, man, whatever. Y'all want to change shit?
Andre Rozier confidently predicted the outcome of Terence Crawford's battle against Jaron Ennis, describing Crawford as one of the best boxers of his age. Rozier pointed out that, while Jaron is an outstanding talent, he would have little to no chance against Bud. He also noted that Crawford's skill set is on a completely different level, and Jaron will require time to achieve such competence. Rozier added that what Crawford did to Canelo exemplifies who he is when he enters the ring to battle.
I think it's attention, but Terence is on another level right now. I mean, he's on another level.
When you say another level, do you mean like marketability-wise, name-wise, or you mean talent-wise?
All the above. All the above.
So he's a notch or two above Jaron either.
Exactly. Boots has to get there. He's not there yet. A lot of people don't know who Boots is yet, believe it or not. So the boxing people might, but to be that stellar star, and that's why I'm upset about how his movement has been going, because he could have been stellar already. He's talented enough to do it.
However, in his appraisal of the bout, Tim Bradley showed reluctance in seeing it go place. He remarked that going up against Crawford carries a significant risk, but is a beast capable of ending the fight with a single devastating punch. Though Bradley acknowledged that Boots is a star performer with enormous potential, he suggested that Jaron should confront opponents at his level before taking on a challenge of this size. Overall, he stated that once Boots has gained experience battling elite-level opponents, he should only enter the ring with a monster like Bud.
Get in this type of fight with Crawford, you know what I'm saying? I would hate for him to get in this fight and look average. Look average. Because if you go back and you watch a lot of, and he's a spectacular fighter. Boots is a spectacular fighter. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Boots. I think he's next. But he needs to be tested. He needs to be tested with he needs to be tested with a guy like Thurman.
In reaction to Tim Bradley, Greg Hackett stated that every era in boxing is defined by a boxer emerging as the dominant force. Reflecting on his career, Crawford stated that the last 2 years have shaped who Bud is now, garnering him more respect and the rest of his career combined. Since every great fighter eventually gets his opportunity, Hackett suggested that this could be the beginning of Bout's period. Ennis has earned the opportunity to compete against the best, thus it is ridiculous to say he does not deserve to meet Bud.
Tim Bradley talk like that, cause they know he that. But Bud shit just got started. Think about it. How long was the Bud Crawford era if Bud Crawford didn't start getting respect till 2023 for what he do? So if it's 2025 and we already talking about Boots Ennis, who's 10 years younger, who could possibly turn up this next 10 and make it crazy, that means the average person who don't really understand boxing, never really watch boxing, pay attention to boxing, and not really a boxing fan, they're not going to remember Bud Crawford.
Another notable figure, Danny Garcia, embraced the concept of this battle with a broad smile, showing genuine excitement about the matchup. He noted that this fight will pit a young, hungry lion against an experienced legend, the perfect blend of youth and experience. He claimed that each combatant is outstanding in their own unique way, and that the outcome of their match will determine who is truly superior than the rest. Danny also suggested a weight class fit for the bout to ensure that all parties are treated fairly. He wholeheartedly supported the entire strategy, claiming that this fight is vital for boxing's advancement.
That would be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
Most significantly, while analyzing his matchup with Boots, Terence Crawford stated that, while many believe their comparable approaches will bring something fresh to the table, he is confident in his own adaptability. He claimed to be very skillful and athletic in both stances, and that his decision to switch is based on the opponent he encounters. But went on to say that when he walks into the ring against Boots, he will deliberately select and use the posture that gives him the best edge, ensuring that he controls the pace and outcome of the battle.
Equally as great in both stands. I'm very powerful in both stands. I hit just as hard with my left, probably even harder with my left than my right, you know, but I think it's the opponent.
Moving forward, Eddie Hearn, in response to this potential fight, described it as a wonderful matchup. He said that this bout will be a wonderful matchup between two elite fighters, with Boots Ennis coming off a solid victory and Terence Crawford looking for a good opponent following his career's biggest win. To facilitate conversations, Hearn added that the match may take place in a weight class where Crawford is willing to compete. Furthermore, he praised both athletes' fighting styles, emphasizing how their explosive styles will provide boxing fans with an unforgettable fight night experience. Furthermore, Sean Zittel expressed his wish for this fight to end badly. He stated that, while both sides had previously attempted to resolve this disagreement, he believes that now is the best time for it to occur. He also noted that because both are coming off major triumphs, their match is even more exciting and entertaining to watch. Zittel went on to say that witnessing these to face off in the ring would be a delight for boxing fans, and that Boots has a good chance of defeating Terence when the two actually meet. Furthermore, Meek Mill was the one who identified Philly Monster as the fighter who will defeat Crawford. While analyzing the contest, he mentioned that people may be counting Crawford out due to his sensational performance against Canelo. However, Meek emphasized that there is a significant difference between Ennis and Canelo. He added that Crawford's speed and technique were too much for Canelo, who was getting older, whereas Boots is younger, sharper, and desperate not to let Crawford do what he did to Canelo in their fight.
Shout out to Boots. Boots the next legend to come up in it.
How does Crawford and Boots play out, Meek?
Crawford and Boots play out. I'm rocking with Boots, of course. I'm from Philly. Crawford, you already know you about to meet this Philly shit. It's all love, but you about to see what this Philly shit about. We real monsters. Let's get it.
Haven Brady, like Meek Mill, firmly predicted Boots Ennis win. He stated that he has not yet had many legitimate opportunities to truly demonstrate his talents and potential in the ring. Brady believes Ennis is a very talented and hungry fighter who can overcome Bud. He also stated that he does not care what others think or say about Boots since he still believes in the fighter's abilities. Brady also stated that this battle would receive a lot of worldwide attention, attracting people from all around the world who are eager to watch this spectacular match.
50-50 fight?
I mean, I see it as a great fight.
It's a great fight.
I don't know if it'll be 50-50, 60-40, what it would be. But I see it as a great fight.
Play out the super fight, Crawford versus Boots.
I went to the Crawford fight
I was there
in Vegas. I'm not gonna hold you. He really, really surprised me. I'm talking about in a good way, like it was next level. You know, because everybody was talking about how homie was gonna be too big for him, too powerful, Canelo, how he was gonna be too overpower him. And it was none of that. Actually, he wasn't even that, he ain't even really that bigger than him.
He didn't break a sweat, right?
Yeah. That was light work. He took him all the way out of his fight. Very impressive.
Furthermore, when Gilly Doc Kid learned about the potential fight, he reacted extremely eagerly. He predicted that a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron Ennis would be stylish and hot. Gilly realized that it would be an interesting event to watch, but he predicted that Crawford would win in the end. He believes that, following a convincing victory recently, Boots will face Crawford with a difficult fight. But he believes Crawford's ring control, talent, and experience will allow him to dominate the fight and win in the end. Furthermore, in predicting how the battle would play out, Mayo chose Terence to raise his hand on fight night. He noted that Crawford had previously defeated an opponent with a significant size advantage over him. So it's difficult to picture anyone beating Crawford now that he has the size advantage. Mayo was confident that Crawford would give Jaron Ennis a nasty beating in the ring, and he stated that everyone who is keeping this contest interesting will eventually get their answers following the encounter.
Boots Ennis is he's the real package. He's the full package. I've been saying this for a long time. It's no secret, and a lot of people see it, and they had their ups and downs about how they feel about him. But he's the full package. He can fight inside, outside. He can punch. He's got good hand speed. He's technically solid. His father does a good job. He's mentally right. He's got the amateur pedigree. He's the full package. But
to delve deeper into this prospective confrontation, let's look at how both boxers have performed in previous fights. So Jaron Ennis' most recent bout against Weisma Limo was a dominant performance that demonstrated his explosive power, speed, and will to reach to the top. He dominated the ring from the start, outperforming Lima with quick movements, acute angles, and unrelenting aggression. He methodically demolished his opponent before claiming a stunning victory, demonstrating maturity beyond his years in both timing and shot selection. This bout not only boosted Boots' reputation as a potential star, but it also provided him with crucial experience dealing with pressure on a large platform. The confidence garnered from such a resounding victory will serve him well as he prepares to face Bout, a fighter of exceptional skill and experience, making the upcoming battle both a test and an opportunity for greatness.
Calm down. Shit. Yeah, Boots that guy. He did his thing. Hey, I like Boots as a fighter. And I want to see him fight the best and prove his greatness. That's what it's about. It's about proving your greatness. So, great job for him tonight. I ain't no Boots hater. I know y'all be like, oh, I love Terence Crawford. I do. That's my pound #1 fighter. But I still got a lot of respect for Boots.
However, following Jaron Ennis' victory, Clarissa Shields, a multiple division world champion and one of the most successful female fighters of her time, was similarly thrilled. She commented that the outcome was exactly what she had hoped for, despite the fact that many had expected a longer battle. Shields added that she respects him and is well aware of his abilities in the ring. She went on to argue that greatness is defined by action rather than talent, which is certainly on the correct track. Shields confidently said that Boots could defeat anyone who dared to assault him next.
I'm to division, and the dope. I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him, man.
Now, you're a guy that moved up in weight, what, 2-3 times?
Yeah, I mean, I went up, went down, up. Yeah, I mean, I fought 4 or 5 different divisions, man.
So what are some of the challenges with moving up in weight?
Man, just getting used to your opponent's size, bro, the homo, like, he was moving up, but Boots always been like a big dude. You know what I mean? Like he's always been strong. That's why him making 147 was like, yo, that's crazy. He's gonna be a monster at 54, a monster at 160, and he can fight at 168. He's gonna be a monster there too.
Furthermore, noted American boxer and promoter Thomas Lana commented on Jaron Ennis' remarkable performance, praising the rising star for his power, calm, and efficiency. Lamana felt that his performance indicated to the junior middleweight community that he is prepared to face the world's greatest boxers. He emphasized how Boots' ability to control the tempo and the bout early demonstrated his remarkable potential while also enhancing his fighting skills. Lamana went on to explain that performances like these show why Ennis is one of the sport's most appealing and dangerous players.
Emotional afterward, is it that you just realized everything that you achieved, the moment just hit you then?
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's just, you know, the history, you know, behind the sport is just everything that, you know, I trained for my whole life. It all was, you know, coming out that one night. That was all paying off.
Crawford's most recent fight, however, against Canelo, was one of the most talked about occurrences in modern boxing history. Faced with a naturally larger and more powerful opponent, Terence provided a tactical masterclass that demonstrated his skill, knowledge, and adaptability inside the ring. He matched Canelo's strength from the start with great timing, fluid movement, and snappy counters. He was able to control distance and change stances with ease, allowing him to dominate each round. This victory cemented Crawford's legacy while also preparing him physically and emotionally for his next battle. Going up against Canelo's strength and pressure has improved Bud's defensive knowledge and confidence, which will be important as he prepares to face a younger, faster, and hungrier opponent like Boots.
I think it's attention, but Terence is on another level right now. I mean, he's on another level.
When you say another level, do you mean like marketability-wise, name-wise, or you mean talent-wise?
All the above. All the above.
So he's a notch or two above Jaron either.
Exactly. Boots has to get there. He's not there yet. A lot of people don't know who Boots is yet, believe it or not. So the boxing people might, but to be that stellar star, and that's why I'm upset about how his movement has been going, because he could have been stellar already. He's talented enough to do it.
Considering everything Bud and Boots symbolized two separate periods of boxing brilliance converging at the appropriate time. Bud, a former undisputed multi-division world champion, has built a reputation for accuracy, versatility, and dominance against elite opponents. His impressive victories against elite adversaries such as Spence and Canelo have cemented his reputation as one of the most complete boxers of his time. In contrast, Boots represents the new wave's youth, boldness, and explosiveness. He is quickly risen as one of boxing's brightest stars, thanks to his flawless record and impressive victories against dangerous opponents such as Villa and Lima. The next chapter in boxing history is supposed to be marked by a clash between Bud's experience and Boots' youthful aggression. In short, the boxing community is humming with anticipation of Bud and Boots finally sharing the ring. Although Boots was previously slated to face Virgil Ortiz, even without an official announcement, his decision to potentially face Crawford has been greatly praised by fans and observers. Many people believe that this fight is far more exciting than any other that is currently scheduled. Prominent boxing experts and fervent fans have already begun making predictions. Bud's supporters believe Boots will have an even more difficult time stopping him if Canelo is unable to. Unlike Canelo's slower, aging style, Boots' supporters believe he has an excellent chance of winning by emphasizing his youth, speed, and passion. Finally, what are your thoughts on the potential clash between Terence and Boots? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you grade this matchup? And who do you think will win if the battle actually happens? Will Bud's experience and skill prevail? Or will the youth and might of Boots rule the night? Share your predictions in the comments section below. Your opinions are really valuable. Also, remember to like and subscribe to our channel, as your support motivates us to bring you more great boxing video. Stay tuned for further developments.